Hi guys, Jason Craig here, Craiggsfitness, and welcome to another video. So first off, from Craiggsfitness, I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and all the best for 2019. Now in today's video, it's a very important video because we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite, the ham. Now I know it's the Christmas season, everybody's getting their ham, but before you take another bite, let me just enlighten you on some of the dangers of eating pork. So without further ado, let's get right into this video.
Nutrition, exercise, rest. The ingredients needed for optimum health. A simple combination until the demands of life are added. This is especially true for working professionals who spend 8 hours or more at their respective discipline, concentrating their full attention to advancing the corporate ladder while neglecting the body that supports their success. If this sounds like you, then you have come to the right channel. By making a few simple adjustments, you can dramatically transform your life, and I'm here to show you how. My name is Jason Craig, and as an ex-airline pilot who was always on the go, working out in hotel rooms and eating what's available, I understand the challenges of trying to be healthy on a busy schedule. So join me as we uncover more healthy solutions for busy professionals like you.
With that said, let's get to reason number one, a problem with the pig's digestive system. Now, humans, when we eat food, it takes about 24 hours for the food to be digested. During that process, some of the toxins will be released and those unwanted stuff will be passed out so that we can take what we need from the food via our digestive systems. Now with the pig, it only takes 4 hours. They have a very basic digestive system, which means that everything, including the toxins, are stored in their fatty tissues. Guess what the next stop is after eating? On top of being stored in their fatty tissues, pigs hardly ever sweat. When you sweat, you release toxins. Now, because pigs hardly ever sweat, there is no way to release those toxins, and when you eat pig, those toxins are transferred to you. Reason number two, increase cancer risks. According to the World Health Organization, eating processed meats including hams, bacons, and sausages can increase your risk of cancer. If you eat 50 grams of processed meat, that increases your risk by 18%. Now you might be saying, I don't eat 50 grams of processed meat per day. Well, 4 bacon strips is about 50 grams. If you only eat 2 in the morning, that's an increased risk of 9%. Now you do that for 365 days, you can figure your increased risk of cancer. Reason number 3, the swine flu. As the name would rightfully suggest, they couldn't have given it another name. Now the swine flu is found in pigs. A couple years ago, there was a big outbreak in the United States. However, properly cooked meat, meaning that you cooked it at 160 degrees Fahrenheit, is supposed to kill all viruses inside of the meat. If you cook your own meat, fine, that's good. Now, if you're buying meat from outside at these commercial outlets, remember the name of the game is speed. Getting the food from the kitchen to the consumer in the fastest possible way. Are you checking to see that they have cooked this meat at 160 degrees Fahrenheit? Now, if they're not and they're cooking swine-infested pigs, do you know where that swine flu is going to end up next? Something to think about. Now, reason number 4, trichinosis dangers. Now, as you probably know, pigs carry a variety of parasites in their bodies. Some of these parasites are so difficult to kill even with cooking. One of the biggest concerns with eating pork meat is trichinosis. And this is especially from eating undercooked or uncooked pork meat, like some cultures do consume raw pork. Approximately a week after eating the affected pork, the adult worm now lives inside your body and produces a larva that enters into your bloodstream and even burrow into your muscles and tissues. Now, number 5, a lot of common viruses and parasites that the pig carries. Now, some of the parasites that the pig carries are the tapeworm, hepatitis E virus, the porcine reproductive and respiratory syndrome, aka the blue air pig disease, the Nipah virus, the meningococcal virus, and these are just some of the viruses that the pig carry.
A big Consumer Reports study found a high rate of contamination in pork chops and ground pork from a kind of bacteria that can send you to the emergency room. ABC's Dr. Richard Besser brings us the whole picture.
Consumer Reports tested pork, the types you buy in the supermarket, including pork chops and ground pork. They found that nearly 70% of the samples they tested had the dangerous bacteria Yersinia on them. Ground pork turned out to be even more risky than pork chop. This bacteria can hit hard. In a matter of days, you'll experience fever, cramps, bloody diarrhea that may last for weeks, especially common in children. Cooking the pork thoroughly does kill this bacteria, but be careful. It's easy to spread it to the surfaces of your kitchen, the plate, the cutting board, your hands, anything the raw pork touched. Take a look at this kitchen where we handled meat. All the dots? Germs.
Now, when it comes to factory-raised pigs, which 97% of all the pigs in the United States are factory or farmed raised. The problem with this is that if they're just constantly fed, they grow to enormous sizes, which is good for the market and is good for the butchers. The problem is though that they crush now under the weight of their own body. They hardly exercise, they hardly ever get out in fresh air, they lie down and sleep in their own fecal matter and waste materials. So this now causes an influx of diseases. Now, to keep the pigs alive, these producers inject them with antibiotics. Constant use of these antibiotics start to produce super bacteria. So do you want these super bacteria to live inside of you? Bacteria that antibiotics cannot treat? Again, it's just something to think about. Now, the last one, eating lean pork slows down your digestive system. After eating one serving of lean pork, it can remain in the digestive system for up to 6 hours, which causes fermentation and a host of other gastrointestinal diseases. Now, I have to leave you with some healthier alternatives so we don't all spoil your Christmas. So, if you can get some of these, this might be a better option than eating pig. If you can get grass-fed cattle, you know those cattle that roam wild and some local farmer has it, that's perfect. If you can get wild-caught salmon, again, grass-fed lamb, all these are better alternatives than eating the pork. I haven't even mentioned about the saturated fats and increased cholesterol levels associated with constant pork consumption. I know this was an interesting video for you. If you have not already, I encourage you to go ahead below and hit the subscribe button. That's the big red button. And also next to it, there's a bell icon. Hit the notification bell so you can know when next I release more videos. So until the next video, it's Jason Craig here, Craiggsfitness, where we provide healthy solutions for busy professionals like you.